last year's tech-wide reckoning is not letting up and is going beyond big tech. You already know this. Layoffs have been making headlines every other day. Only this week, many big firms joined the tide, including UBS, with the largest job cuts globally in the past 6 months. McDonald's, Walmart, Apple, and Highland Software. In the last 6 months, more than 500,000 employees have been sacked. Some are now staging walkouts, others are taking Apple and Highland Software. In the last 6 months, more than 500,000 employees have been sacked. Some are now staging walkouts, others are taking buyouts. It has shaken the economy, which is already under pressure from central banks and fighting a high stakes battle with inflation. There is a sharper risk of recession, which threatens even bigger job losses. It sounds like a vicious cycle, but this is what we have. Here's a report. The rush of layoffs began late last year, and it is not willing to stop. Since October, over 500,000 workers have been sacked, with over 50,000 jobs lost in 1 week in January alone. And right now, different companies are dealing with this in different ways. 500,000 workers have been sacked, with over 50,000 jobs lost in 1 week in January alone. And right now, different companies are dealing with this in different ways. Let's look at General Motors. The auto company planned to lower staff numbers in a cost-cutting effort. Now 5,000 of their white-collar employees have taken buyouts. This can help them avoid layoffs and also save the company $1 billion every year. Now 5,000 of their white-collar employees have taken buyouts.
Shalom Yasharala. All praises and glory goes to our mighty power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. I'm going to open up with the book of, it's the second Esdras. Read Second Ezra 16 and 17, and it reads, "Woe is me, woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings." Right, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Right, that's what this place is about to go through. Sorrows and great mournings. Right, these people been proud as fuck for a long fucking time. Right. When you got money coming in, you can pay your bills and your family's happy. You're happy. Your stomach is full. Your refrigerator's full. Your gas tank is full. Right. You feel good. Right. They done got prideful. They done got haughty in this society because what they're doing better than the other people of this world. So what is the Lord going to do? The Lord's bringing that fucking spirit down by what? Making these jobs vanish. Jobs is going away. Right. You see what's happening in this so-called market, right? This so-called stock market ready to collapse at any moment, right? These banks are collapsing, right? The dollar's collapsing. People are moving away from the petrodollar. People are trading in different currency, right? It's less people going to stores shopping, right? So what does that mean? It's more stores are going to close. It's less money in transition in this society, right? Because America about to feel the state of poverty. And that's when all fucking hell breaks loose. That's when the survival of the fittest, right? Because that's what it talks about. For a lack of bread, right? Everything's okay until these motherfuckers can't eat, until they can't provide for themselves. And then guess what? It's poverty. It's a state of fucking depression, a state of chaos. Second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death, right? What comes with sorrow, mourning, and famine? Great death. Yeah, great death. The Lord gonna kill a lot of you people, right? What the Bible say? Let me get this. Right quick, because the scriptures speak better than I do. Second Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, one realm against another. Why? For lack of bread, right? We got a thing coming to America called poverty, mass poverty, right? Mass hunger, mass homelessness. Because what comes when people can't fucking people depend on working for a company, getting a check, using that check to buy food, right? The trucks are stopping, right? One truck company just closed out of nowhere, right? Matter of fact, bear with me. Right, it says trucking companies, right, closing down. The largest trucking companies that went bankrupt in 2022, freight recession, right? It talks about a bunch of these different trucking companies that went down. North Carolina Trucking Company shuts down after top customer pulls out. Ooh, let's read about this one. Let's read about this one. It says a North Carolina trucking company notified over 200 drivers, employees, and mechanics on Tuesday it is ceasing operations after 11 years, after some of its major customers demanding massive rate and volume concessions. FreightWorks Transport LLC, doing business as FreightWorks Transportation Logistics, headquarters in Rutherford, operated 186 power units with around 140 drivers, according to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Yeah, out of nowhere, yeah, man, it's over, right? Because it takes it's a fucking called the domino effect. One thing is gonna supply. One thing is gonna fuck up another operation, right? You got one system set up because they demand their supply and demand. Salaki, let me get this correct. You got these different companies, or that they need other companies to keep their business running, right? So you got these chip companies, right? They said they um here we go, Slack. Here's the word I'm looking for. It's called strategic alliance. It's called an arrangement between two companies to undertake a mutual beneficial project while each retain its independence, right? So these companies rely on each other, right? So with one company shutting down, it affects another company. One business shut down, it affects another business. So I'm reading it again. Strategic alliance, an arrangement between two companies to undertake a mutually beneficial project while each retain its independence. So just like you got a car, right? A car depends on many different companies to put those components together. So let's say a few of those companies shut down, right? You got certain cars where, man, you ain't gonna find no parts for them cars, man. You ain't gonna find no parts for them cars, right? Certain things, the appliances you got in your house, you ain't gonna find certain parts to fix those appliances due to what these companies shutting down, right? Everything affects each other. I know one company, one man, he works in this food company, and he's saying it's a lot of ingredients that are missing, right? They got to kind of put things together to make shit up due to what a lack of these ingredients is coming in, and it's gonna affect what these trucking companies, like we just read about, these trucking companies got to fucking shut down due to what people not calling them for business, right? Matter of fact, this is what the Bible says. Isaiah 19 and 15, it reads, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do, right? So ain't gonna be no work for Egypt. Ain't gonna be no work. These companies are about to shut down, right? The only thing gonna be left for Egypt is what? Chaos, right? Chaos. People fighting each other, right? Home invasions, right? For what it talks about, that lack of bread. Let's get that lack of bread. This is Second Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Hey, cut that out. Stop all the fighting, people. It's gonna be what they call that shit, martial law. Right? Martial law. You're gonna have fucking a certain time where you gotta be in the crib, whatever they call that shit. Right? Curfews, martial law, checkpoints, right? Distribution of food due to what? Lack of food coming in. Because they're gonna try to keep some kind of order, but there ain't gonna be no fucking order. The Lord has set this up. I'm reading again. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. The politicians, ain't nobody gonna pay no politician no attention. Nobody already likes these politicians. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, right? Checkpoints. Where are you going? Man, I'm just going to see my wife and kids. Hey, man, where are you going? I'm just going to see my wife and kids. No, you can't go, sir. No, I want to see my wife and sir, you can't go nowhere. Five. Them bullets finna start flying. Right? Them bullets finna start flying. These Edomites finna lock down these cities. They ain't gonna let you niggas in. Right? For because of their pride, these cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Look at Detroit. Detroit is a perfect example of the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows. And if you want to see the end of these things, just look at places like these third world countries. Right? These third world countries, mass poverty, mass death, right? Mass sufferings. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Hey neighbor, how you doing today? Nah, that shit is over. Right? Motherfuckers ain't gonna be talking to each other no more too much. Right? It's gonna get cold-blooded out here, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. It says, because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So these people's spirits are only gonna get worse and worse. They're gonna hate each other. The spirit of covetousness, right? One neighbor gonna start losing his job, and he gonna look at the other neighbor with hate because the other neighbor's still working. He gonna try to fucking kill him. That's the type of things you got going. And man, I'm gonna read again. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Man. They think we're making this up. This is coming out the Bible. You think we just on the internet talking for fun? No, this is what's coming to fucking America.